they project onto you their way they feel about themselves. And I'm in a state where I've dealt with that for such a long time from people. I don't want that kind of person around me anymore. No more. No more. Ready to go. All right, so I went ahead and did my hair off camera, which it took me a long time, and I feel like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to like do a full get ready with me with like hair included, but hair takes a while. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot. But today I'm just gonna try this really cute makeup look that I saw that Priscilla Ono did, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wanna do that makeup look. I don't really do a lot of color on my channel, and I just feel like since we're in fall, I wanted to try something that's really cute and different. I try to do like a long braid situation. I think it came out all right. I'm letting it kind of like just set how I want it to. I want it to be very sleek. So I got my little hair wrap thing on, but I want to go ahead and get into the topics that you gave me on my Instagram. We're going to talk about relationships, friendships, just a bunch of other stuff that I just want to kind of touch personally. And then you guys gave me some suggestions on what you guys wanted to hear me talk about. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. Okay, so first I'm going to prep my face, and I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Baby What It Do setting spray. It's so light and misty. I love it. Then I'm going to prime it with my Hydro Grip from Milk. This bad boy right here. Anyway, so I'm just going to hop right in. Basically, the top question I got, that a lot of you guys, I don't know if it's because people are just nosy or it's really people are like, kind of just want like insight on this particular topic, but I think Tui is thirsty because I can hear him moving his thing around. I think he's thirsty. You guys wanted to know about what it's like to live with a significant other. And I'm only like, actually, we're about to be 3 months into living together, which is crazy. Like, this time is flying by. It's flying by. Like, it's crazy. I cannot believe it. I'm just very shocked with how easy it's been, how convenient it's been, how enlightening it's been, because I never really like lived with someone else that I was like dating. So it is like a first experience for both of us. We're both like learning about each other more than we would otherwise, because before we were long distance for about 3 years. So we're coming up on 4 years together now. Yes, it's a lot. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this journey because this is just the beginning of us, becoming, getting close to marriage, basically. And I know last year I talked about like, oh, I think I'm ready for marriage, and now we're living together. So it's just a whole new world for me and him. We're still like adjusting, I think, to each other's space. I don't think it's a bad thing though, because regardless of who you live with, whether it's a friend or your boyfriend or girlfriend, there's going to be some times where you just like need your own personal space, or like you're just learning to adjust to someone else's needs, and also like respecting their space, respecting their person. It's like a lot to consider, and it could be either a great thing and you guys get along well and then there's no real issues. Like, everybody's gonna have their issues and nothing's perfect, and we're not perfect and by any means, but I feel like we have really great communication. It helps. Like, I think it's just communication in general is just like something that me and him are very, very like tell each other what we're feeling, and regardless of if it hurts our feelings or not, like, we do talk. So I get in my feelings and sometimes he gets in his feelings, but that's okay. At least we're being honest with each other, Personally, I feel like we're on a great path of getting to those next steps in our relationship. And I feel like it's been long enough that we've been, apart, and now we're together. It's just a lot. It's a great experience. I should just say that much. It's been great. It's been going very well, even though it's only been 2 months. I don't have any real, like, I can't think like, oh, I really hate this, or I really don't like that, or so far it's been good. So I'm just praying for continuation of, no stress. And I just don't feel that with him anyway, but I'm just like, I know that we're strong individuals. We've been in a long distance relationship for 3 years. Like, I feel like we got this. We really got this. I'm using the Rare Beauty foundation in 320W, so 320 warm. I finally feel like this is starting to become my color because I haven't really been outside as much. And it's starting to look like my color, girl. And it has like a warm undertone too, like a golden undertone. And I'm just going to take a little squirt of that just to give a little bit more warmth to my skin. But I'm not going to use too much because I really don't want to overdo it today, even though I'm kind of going for a kind of like very, not really dramatic, but it's pretty dramatic look. But yeah, so it's been really great. I feel like we have such a good communication system. We just hang out with each other. We just do like fun. It's like having like a friend. It's so fun. Like I really enjoying it. Like I have no complaints. I just don't. He's so clean. Like he's not a messy guy. If anything, it's probably me that has like my like mess everywhere, and I'm just not as organized as he is. Like he's super organized person, and I'm just kind of like an organized mess. But I'm starting to kind of adapt to his way of how he does things. Like he's just kind of bettering me as a person. I've just learned so much, and Jermaine's a very smart person. I respect him so much. So it's good that we have that balance. Like I'm a lot more outgoing and just like very loud and proud, and he's very calm and collected. Even though like online you probably wouldn't see that as much, but I'm definitely the more like, and he's more just like easygoing. Speaking of relationships, a lot of you guys asked me about, I asked a question on my Instagram about like friendships, more so for my 25 plus followers, but I guess, and I'm in 25 plus meaning in age, but I guess it could apply to just, anyone that, is a little bit older in their 20s. If you feel like are you open to new friendships? A lot of you guys said yes. And I don't know why that surprised me, but I understood it because I feel like I'm in that stage of like, I'm open to new friendships and I'm open to learning about new people and having new people in my corner and just having better friendships, people that are kind of on the same wavelength as I am. Since I moved, I'm not next to the friends that I was next to before, and I'm super open to, like learning about new people and just putting myself out there. And a lot of you guys said that you are open to new friendships, but I saw a lot of you guys say that you experience bad friendships and you're just wanting to have like newer people in your lives. And I completely get that too. It's like you get to a certain age where you don't want to do certain things anymore, whether it's going out or whether it's like changing your mind or changing like your direction in life. You kind of feel like I'm in a new mode. I kind of don't want to be in that kind of crowd anymore or that kind of environment anymore. You want to move forward. And I'm so with that because like coming back here kind of brought me back to like what I used to do and how I used to be, and really like realizing that I'm such a different person than I used to be. Oh my gosh, like night and day, basically. I was a little bit of a wild child. Like I don't have a certain persona online, like, oh, I'm just this like super quiet, like innocent type of person, which I wouldn't even say innocent. I don't feel like anyone is innocent, but I just have a very like, quiet, kind of chill persona. But let me tell y'all, right now I'm using the Lancome concealer mixed with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet concealer in the color 3.6. The Lancome concealer, I don't know what color it is, guys, because the writing has rubbed off, but I know has a yellow undertone. But yeah, so I was a bit of a wild child. Like, I have just had like revelations with my own mom about like some of the stuff that I was getting into and just how I was, because I was definitely keeping that from my mom. I was scared of like, I guess, judgment and just like not wanting to like be like, oh my gosh, this is the kind of person that I am now or the person that I was. But I used to like drink a lot. I used to party a lot. Like, oh my gosh, party. But I feel like when you're in your early 20s, late teens, that's the kind of, you want to experience life. You want to get out. You want to just experience life, have different experiences. But yeah, you want to get out. You want to do what you want to do. Like, you have this kind of newfound freedom, and that's kind of what I was on. I was definitely like, I need to figure out who I am. I want to go out and party. You know, those friendships kind of dwindle off and you grow up and you start to become, and that's what you should be doing. You definitely should be becoming more mature and understanding yourself and finding yourself. And sometimes that takes people a long time to do. Like, to figure out who they are and like be secure in themselves. Because you can sometimes tell when people are not secure in themselves, and you can see that. I'm getting super off topic, but you can see that. You can feel it. It comes off. You see that they're not confident in who they are. And for me, I want people around me that know themselves, you know? I don't want to be around people that don't have that, don't know who they are. And I know we're still going to continue to grow and understand who we are as young adults too. So that definitely changes. And when you have kids and you get married, and there's just a bunch of stuff that changes. I'm using the Born This Way Multi-Sculpt Concealer in the color Chestnut. You know, you're still learning about yourself and the people that you kind of surround yourselves with and stuff like that. So, but me personally now in the stage that I am in, I just want people around me that know themselves. I don't want nobody that doesn't know themselves. Like, I don't want no jealous people around me. I want people that are uplifting, not only to me, but like when I uplift them, they take that and they really appreciate it. Like, I want to be appreciated as a friend, because when you're around people that don't know themselves and are still trying to figure it out, sometimes they vibrate low and they project onto you their way they feel about themselves. And I'm in a state where I've dealt with that for such a long time from people. I don't want that kind of person around me anymore. No more. No more. I'm using the translucent powder Honey from Laura Mercier mixed with the translucent powder from Laura Mercier in translucent. I don't know why I said translucent that many times. Okay. I'm just going to set under my eyes. I just feel very good about the people that I have in my life right now. But the only thing is, like, they don't live here. They don't live here. Like, I have people in Cali. My friend just moved to Austin, Texas. She's my best friend. She just moved to Austin, Texas. And I'm so proud of her. And I'm just like, but yo, like, I need to see you. I miss you. Like, I haven't seen her in so long, but she came out to California a couple times just to hang out with me. And I love her. Such a light to the people around her. She's super knowledgeable. She just gets life. Like, I feel like she just gets it. And even when she's a Virgo, by the way. That should tell you enough. But she gets life. She's so smart and just very knowledgeable of just things. And she feels like a mom. And she is a mom. But she's amazing. She's amazing. I need those kind of people around me. And I feel like if you are looking for new friendships, you should take that into consideration. I feel like I have really good, solid friends. Thank God. Because I was praying for them. Friendships are so important. Platonic relationships are just as important as the relationship that we have with a significant other. And sometimes they even hurt more than a relationship that you have romantically with someone. Platonic relationships are work, and they're hard, and you have to work with them. Like, you have to work at them. It's just as important. And I feel like people just don't get that sometimes, you know? Like, we just kind of, like, brush it off as, like, oh, this is just a friendship. But they're just as important, and I feel like we should all want to have good, solid friendships. The next topic was kind of, like, talking about my development or improvements since we have gone into quarantine. And I can tell you from jump, like, I feel like I've grown well over what I would have grown if this didn't happen. I feel like quarantine really put a lot of people in just a better headspace, because we actually had a time and period to slow down and evaluate our lives in a way that we wouldn't have otherwise. Because if we're being honest here, we go so fast throughout the day. Like, we don't even get a chance to, like, appreciate what we have around us, because we're just moving so freaking fast. Like, I feel like it was God's way of just giving us, like, a reset button. And I appreciate it. And I feel like for me, it developed my just sense of, like, self. I wanted to really try hard to get my life together and, like, figure out what I wanted. I'm really excited because I was going to wait, but I've actually already started my own brand, my own company. I can't wait to release it. It's just something that I've really wanted to do for a while, and I didn't know what exactly I wanted to attach my name to. And over quarantine, I know it was God giving it to me. He's like, here, this is what you need to do. And this is what you're going to do. And I was just like, okay, this is it. And I went head first into it. I've been working on this since April. So there was like maybe right before we all went into quarantine in March. And yeah, I'm so excited. I think you guys are going to really love what I come out with. So much work has went into this, and I can't be more proud of myself because I just feel like this is all me. Like, this is nobody else. This is my money. This is my thoughts. This is my efforts. This is my design. This is like everything that I envision. I've like put it on paper, and I'm actually seeing it in person, and it's just an amazing feeling. Like, I feel very accomplished even though it's not even out yet. Like, I can't freaking wait. It's cool. It's like, wow, this is something I had in my brain and like it's here. So I'm so excited to share it with you guys. There's a lot of passion going behind it, and I think you guys are definitely I know you guys are going to see it because it's undeniable. Like, I'm just very excited. I've shared with my friends and they're so excited for me. I'm just like, yes, this is going to be great. I'm going to go into my Makeup by Mario palette. These palettes are so bomb. This particular palette is the Master Mattes palette. So I wanted to do the Priscilla Ono, this eye makeup look that she did was like green and brown and like a nice smoky look. And I never really do that, honestly, but I've never really tried it with green before. So I want to see how that looks on my eyes, but I'm just going to go in with this color matte too. All of it is just named like with a number, but it's this shade right here. These are so velvety and just super blendable. But yeah, so I've basically just been working on that, finishing up my music stuff. A lot of people have just said, oh, I just feel like you're so lazy with your music. And I'm like, you guys don't understand. You don't just put out music. Like, there's a system that it has to go through. And especially if you're an independent artist, it's even more like layers to it. It's not just like, I'm going to put out a song. Like, it's not like that at all. It takes so much more time and effort than I was expecting and knowledgeable of, but you know, it's you live and you learn type of thing, and I'm just glad I'm learning the system and understanding it to the fullest degree that I need to, because when I have my own stuff going on, I'm gonna be full aware. I'm gonna use matte number 4. It's this shade at the very end right here, and I believe this is the EF2. I've worked a lot harder since quarantine has started. I feel like I've just really became like the girl boss that I needed to become. I really did. And I had to believe in myself. It's been a lot. Honestly, I've just had to really dig deep. I had to fix some things about myself that weren't really helping. I was a kind of a negative person to myself. I didn't speak nicely to myself. I always was kind of just like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not good enough to do that. And you would think that with all things I have accomplished, that I would be a little bit more positive with myself, but I just had like this like very negative feeling towards myself. It was affecting me, and I think my environment as well as just living in LA was not aiding to that. And I definitely am glad that I removed myself from there, because I feel like if I would have just continued to stay and try to stick it out and just, I don't know what the hell I was doing, but I just know that it wasn't for me. Like, I just couldn't take it anymore. And it was also just me being away from my family that really wasn't helping either. I was really just secluded, isolated, just not feeling it. And even though I felt support system from like people like my friend Zoli and stuff like that, like she was really, really helpful and stuff, I needed my family around and I needed my man around, and I needed just that support system. I just wasn't fully fulfilled in that area, and it definitely helped having those people around, because I feel like such a 180 with my whole thought process and like my whole being, even me gaining weight, because before it was so hard to keep weight on because I was just not eating. I was I knew my surroundings was the reason why I just wasn't feeling good about myself, and I had to change that. And as hard as that was, because LA is such a melting pot for, you know, if you want your dreams to come true and you want all these things, and it's like, it's hard when you're doing that alone. It just really is. I don't care what anyone says. It's hard doing that alone. It's difficult, especially when you don't have your people. And I didn't have my mom or my sister or just people that I really, really am close to. And I know not everybody has that, but for me personally, since I did, I wanted it. And I didn't want to have to like sacrifice that if I didn't have to, you know? I made a decision to come back home, and that's tea. I'm going to be using the Cutting Edge. It is from Dose of Colors, and I'm going to be using the color Sundown. So pretty. Somebody asked me the East Coast versus the West Coast, which one do you like more? Like, what's the benefits? I really love being from the East Coast. I don't know. It's just been always like, I've always been from here, so I don't really know anything else. But I love LA. LA was a great place to live, and as expensive as it was, there was so much to do there, and I still have a love for it. Like, I don't hate that place. I know a lot of people that move away, they're like, I just hated LA. I hated it so much. But I'm like, I loved it. I still love it. I will definitely never spend that much money renting ever again. I just won't do it. I think it's very irresponsible. People live there, and that's their home and stuff like that, but dude, like, anywhere else, it's just so expensive. It's so expensive. It's irresponsible of the government to have that people paying that much money to live in one place. And then, like, just the amount of money I've saved in the 2 months that I've been away. Like, I will never go back to that ever again. No, absolutely not. Like, I just won't do it. You can't make me do it, because I will never do it again. Like, I just won't. I just can't believe I did that. I think that's one thing I don't really care for about living in LA. That was just one of my biggest factors, was just spending so much money and not saving it and being wise about it. By any means, I'm not checking nobody's pockets. Like, do whatever you want. But for me, me personally, speaking for myself, I just didn't want to continue to kind of just be irresponsible with my own pocket and spend that kind of money, knowing that, you know, I could have something better if I saved it and change my whole lifestyle. Like, that's just, I have to do that. I have to be smart, you know? That's what I plan on doing. And I know it's scary for some people to do that, to kind of like step out on faith, but I know God's going to protect me, and he got my back, so I'm not worried about it. I know that I'm making a right decision. It just feels like the right decision. I just know I'm making good steps forward, you know? I'm going to take the Master Eye Prep palette from Makeup by Mario. This is in the color medium. This is it right here. And I'm just going to take the lighter shade in this, so this color will really mesh well. And I'm using the Bare Minerals Detail Shader Brush. I'm going to use the Cutting Edge Dose of Colors palette, and I'm using the color, I want to say Cameo. I'm going to be using the E5 brush from Makeup by Mario and kind of just shade that in the outer corner and kind of create this shape that I already had here. And blend that in. I think this one would blend it a lot better. This is the E3 brush. I'm just kind of taking that into the crease. You would think I'm like brand new to makeup. How I'm doing this right now, I suck. Florida is only going to be a temporary type of thing, because the plan is to move to Texas. I've been planning on moving to Texas for a while now, and that's kind of like basically what I plan on doing with the rest of my life. I just kind of want to like settle there for a little bit. I really can't wait, because I feel like Texas is like where I'm really going to flourish, because it'll be really close to home, and it'll also be really close to LA. I know I'm going to have work in LA. I know I'm going to want to be really close to home, and I feel like Texas is like the perfect medium. Plus, it's really inexpensive to get nice things there. For me personally, I feel like Texas is bomb. I'm actually supposed to be going there at the end of this month, which I can't wait to go, because it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to a Halloween party there, and I'm just really excited. And plus, I get to see my best friend, and like, I'm very excited to go. Like, I'm so excited. I'm going to take the shade Edgy. It's like this kind of light green shade. Army green shade too, but kind of like a foresty green shade. So I'm really excited to like get to see Texas and just kind of like see what it's all about, because I've been there a couple times. I used to live in Oklahoma as a kid, so I know it's going to be country. It's going to be like my vibe, because I really do like the country. I'm excited to see like what it has to offer, and I'm excited for Jermaine to like kind of see a new part because he's never been to Texas before. I'm interested to see how we gravitate to it, if we like it or not. I feel like we really are. We've been doing so much research, just kind of like getting the vibe of it, seeing what it's about. So I'm hoping that we both really like it because that would be an ideal move. Also, you know, I feel like it would be great to start a family, and I'm really excited about it. You know, really excited. So I went ahead and hopped off camera to finish up this look, and I'm going to use the Laura Mercier, or not finish up this look, but finish up my eyes. And then I'm going to use the Laura Mercier brow gel, give them a little shape. I need to get my eyebrows re-laminated again because the girl that did my brows, oh my gosh, she did such a good job. Like, honestly, I feel like she did the best job I've ever had since getting my brows laminated. It lasted so long, but she gave me a tip to not wet my brows for 48 hours instead of 24 hours. She said, do not wet your brows for 48 hours, girl. Like, make sure you don't do that. And I honestly feel like it definitely lasted way longer when I didn't do it for 48 hours. So I had to like wash around my brows. It was very uncomfortable because I'm like, I want to wash my face so bad. To touch on my brows, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Eyebrow Duo. I'm going to use the gel because you can kind of see the spaces in my brows right now, which I'm not feeling. It looks a little better to me. We're just going to stick with that. I'm having a hard time with my brows today. So I'm going to go ahead and touch up my nose. And I'm going to go into my Natasha Denona bronze palette. This right here. This is my favorite. You guys already know. I'm trying to like use new products and stuff like that because I know I be using the same stuff over and over again. We used some new stuff today. We did. We used some new stuff. But this is what I know. This is what I'm used to. Kind of blend that hard lines in there. And then I'm going to go also in with this brush right here. This is from ColourPop. This is the F5 brush. Give myself a little bit of bronze. Then I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Rose Latte Cream Blush. And I'm going to take just a little bit of that. This is what it looks like. My cheek area with that lightly. Okay, I'm going to go back into my eyes and I'm going to use the E5 brush. And I'm going to go in with the color Camo from the Cutting Edge palette from Dose of Colors. And I'm just going to create some more shadow on the bottom here. Because what she did for the look, it was very very shadowy and just smoky and pretty. I really liked that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I love this brush because it's so perfect for like a detail like this. Perfect to get in all those like very small areas and actually pack the color in and just be a nice precision to where you're trying to apply the shadow and stuff. I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty liner, and this is in the perfect, the shade Perfect Strokes. I'm going to go over my lash line here and just give myself a little wing. So I'm also going to go in with the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro pencil in Super Black, and I'm just going to use this side here and go into my lash line with that. And this is just going to give me that nice smoky look that I really want. And a nice, I know my eyes are like really small, but I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. I've always been so anti like just black looks on my eyes, but now I'm like, why not? Just give it a try. So here we go. There we go. We're looking good so far. Oh, I'm literally shaking right now. Shaking. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm like shaking. I'm like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. You're doing so well, you're doing so well. I'm gonna put my lashes on off camera so I don't feel the pressure, and then I'm gonna jump back on and finish my lips, and then we'll be done with this look. So I went ahead and finished my lashes. These lashes are from INV. I got these from the Beauty Supply Store, girl, and they are so bomb. This is the Extension Curl C-Curl. It's an eye-opening look for every eye shape. Salon lash extension effect. So like basically it looks like lash extensions. These are bomb. They were a little bit defected, but they have the J curl, C curl, and L curl. I love the C curl because I just feel like it fits my eyes a lot prettier and just looks, a lot more like curly. And I think these are only $4. And they look bomb. I'm gonna move on to my face again. I'm gonna place some moles on my face like I usually do. Since my makeup kind of covers up the ones that I actually do have, I'm just going to go over those. I have one here on my lip. and I just kind of place it where I think it would look pretty. But I just like this color because it's like a brown color. I don't really like using black for my moles. I like to use brown because I just feel like it's less aggressive. It doesn't look so crazy. We're gonna move on to my lips, and I'm gonna use the KK Beauty Nude 2 pencil. You guys already know what time it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips with that. It's better when your pencil is a lot more sharpened. What it looked like for her lips, it looked like she did like kind of like a nude lip, ombre nude lip. So I'm gonna try the same thing. I don't know the exact products that she used on her lip. So I'm gonna use the Nude 2 lip pencil, lipstick, and go over that. Hers looked a little bit more brown, so I'm gonna try like a nudish, like kind of like a orangey nude. So I'm gonna see if I can find like a color, because this is giving me a little bit too much. So I'm gonna try to find a color that's a little bit more brown to place over this to kind of give it less pinky vibes. So I decided to do something a little bit unconventional. I just add a little bit of my foundation with the Nude 2 lipstick pencil, Nude 2 lipstick from KKW Beauty. And it actually kind of gave me that color that she had in her picture. So I feel like that works. And I'm just going to go ahead and take this off my head. We got a nice slick situation, girl. I feel like this is so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face using the Fenty Beauty Baby What It Do setting spray. Melt all those products together, honey. And that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hit that like button if you liked it. And if you aren't subscribed to my family, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified next time I post some videos. And I will see you guys in my next video.